I'm one of them people. You just gonna have to accept me.
Yeah.
This is it. The raw authenticity of me. Growing up, you know, my mom was fly, my aunts was fly, my dad was fly. So I come from a fly family when it came to fashion. So I think a lot of that is just from watching my mother get dressed, my aunts get dressed. You know, they from the old school. They was wearing slips and, you know, stockings and, you know, the leather Agnes jackets and the purse and the cigarette case to match. But you know, I watched my people growing up, and you know, before I left the group home, my mom was buying me stuff that I totally hated. She was, so I would get in trouble because I started like, you know, ripping my jeans, drawing on them, painting on them. Like I would go to school, and by the end of the day, I had a whole mural on my leg. From some brand new jeans that my mother just bought. So, but you know, fast forward, you know, I left. I ended up in a group home. You know, that's another story. But being there, like I said, I didn't really realize that the gifts that I had could really inspire some people around me, and to the point that they would actually need me. You know, I was like wearing things out of people's closet, my friends' uncles, my cousins. And I met this old lady, yo. I swear, I think I was mad young. And I met this older lady, and she was really fly, and she was a thrifter. And so she got me into going to the thrift stores with her. And I had never really been to the thrift store like that. All the stuff that I thought was fly was from people I knew. I would ask them, can I wear, adults? I'm like, can I wear this? Can I wear your blazer? You know what I'm saying? Can I wear this Kango hat? But yeah, like I started selling like vintage. I started selling clothes in high school in the bathroom. Honestly, the pandemic happened, and then the pandemic happened. And I think, like, I was just like, you know what? I'm about to just take this shit out on the limb. It's a pandemic. Motherfuckers ain't working. I ain't working. There's a lot of people not working. And I was like, I don't know if it's a good time. Like, who the hell is gonna buy clothes during a pandemic? You know? And so I decided to open that store. And I decided to go ahead and do it. But I'm gonna be real with you. I always wanted the store. And I had just kind of like started getting on Instagram, following some dope women. Like, shout out to y'all, because there's some real dope chicks out there selling vintage clothing. Like, they're really doing it. And there was this one lady in particular that I remember. Her name is Gizmo Honey. She in Brooklyn, New York. I call her my favorite vintage godmother. Because I see myself in her so much. And like, she was just so fucking dope. And so, you know, I was just like hitting people up, like, you know. And I remember telling her that, you know, I wanted to open a store. And I was like, yo, I've been wanting to open a store, da da da. I don't even know what else I said. I might have told her I was a little nervous. And her words were, I dare you. I dare you to just do it. Just go ahead and do it. I wanted people to like my store. I wanted them to like my store for what it was, you know? And I've been doing a lot of dope shit in Atlanta for a long time. First of all, I'm 40 years old. So there's times when people will like your shit if somebody else has to validate it for them sometimes. You dig what I'm saying? Even that shit can be dope as fuck. You know, but when I opened my store, I ain't telling nobody. I didn't tell anybody. I just made an IG and I put that shit out there. I was doing shoots. I was motherfucking posting pictures. I was selling. And I think for maybe 6 months, maybe 6 to 8 months for having my whole store, nobody knew it was mine. And so then because I never posted my face, I just would post dope ass shit, and people really had a great reaction. I wanted to see the reaction. I didn't want anyone to know it was Nikki's. And I wanted to sit back and just get the reaction, and then I started doing pop-ups, and motherfuckers was like, yo, Nikki, this is your shit? I'm like, yeah, yeah. So that's how I did that shit. Nobody knew that shit was mine at all. I just did it. You know what? It's interesting. It just depends. Okay, so usually when I go thrifting, I always smoke first. That's the first thing I do. I smoke. I roll up. I get high. And I go into the store, and I don't know. It's like literally the thrift guys just be like kind of like with me. And it's interesting because I can be in the thrift store, right? And you can always spot a reseller. I don't know if you ever like went in the store and be like, you know what? They probably got a store. But when I'm in the store, I can always spot other people like myself that's in there. And, but usually when I go in the store, man, I like go in, I hone in. So I kind of have like I have a routine. I always go to the jewelry case first. And I go to the jewelry case first. And when I go through the aisles, it's interesting. I hone in on colors first and black. I don't know what it is about black t-shirts, but black t-shirts always have the dopest sayings on them, like the graphics. But usually I like brows. I put my finger on the clothes and I go like this, and it's just like something like this one, this one, this one, this one. It's like hot like fire. But I normally just like look for the colors and stuff. I like colors. Colors make me happy. So yeah, that's what I do. I get in there and I'll have like a whole basket just full of shit. And I've had some crazy looks. Like I've had people look at me like, really? You just gonna buy everything, right? So I have a huge basket, and I'm pretty sure everybody else do this too, but at the end, I do like a process of elimination. So I sit in the thrift store with my basket. I do my videos, my content while I'm there. That's how they probably know I'm reselling shit too. But I get in there and I just I'll sift through everything. I have 2 piles, yes, and 3 piles. I got a yes, a no, and a maybe pile. Until I push out that no pile, and then I go back to the yes and the maybe. So yeah. My advice would be just to do it and not wait around for anybody to help you. Because when I did this, my lady helps me. She helps me tremendously. But, I do a lot of work for this store, and I didn't have any startup. I didn't get to borrow any money. I think during pandemic, niggas was getting money and shit. I was like, shit, I ain't getting none of that money. So it was, I started this from scratch, from the ground, from nothing. Just hungry and just hungry for success, hungry for a different life, hungry for a change, and hungry just to be able to help other people, you know, because I didn't realize, you know, it's a whole nother world in this thrift thing. Like, I was new, I'm still new entering this world of thrifting and reselling. So I'm still learning myself. Like, I'm still learning so much myself. You can find me on Instagram, Everythang Dope, and that's with an A instead of an I. So Everythang, CHANGDOPE, on Instagram. I ain't even really on Facebook like that, but you can definitely find me on Instagram. And I have a website now. Like, girl, I got a whole website. It took me forever. Yeah, so you just throw a .com at the end of it. Everythangdope.com. That's pretty simple. But yeah, and not only that, you can find me in pretty much anywhere in Atlanta, because I don't have a storefront right now. So pretty much the streets is my storefront. And I am Nick, you know. Nah, y'all, I'm Darling Nikki, and I'm a limitless woman. And I'm out here in the world creating what I want. And I want you to do the same thing. Period. Trap to make.